it's a tribute to my dad, who's started Gleeson Cox in the early 60s with his partner Don Cox in 67, so it's sort of clocking up a few years now. And Dad's died of cancer about 30 years ago, coming next month, and so we just decided that we needed to tell people about our journey a little bit and show some respect to the leader, as we used to nickname him, when he was in fine form. The opportunity came along to buy one of the Kenworth Legends, which I'm not quite sure how often they make them or how many they've got left to make, but they're pretty cool trucks. Fitted out with a TNG bin and trailer. Much appreciation to those guys. They do a fantastic job, and as a customer, without question, they really look after us.
Just always dreamed of driving a Kenworth as a kid, you know. Got heaps of photos everywhere of me going for rides and riding around with everyone, and I quite enjoy it. And now that I'm driving these big things, I'm quite stoked about it. It's big. It's a dream come true, childhood dream come true, I have to say.
Blake's into trucks, I'm into cars. Yeah. I love cars. I love working on them, always doing something. I'm Clark Gleeson. I'm the youngest son of James Gleeson, the Gleeson Cox family. Kenworths are like a symbol of like a higher up truck. Like it's a strong, it's a powerful truck. And then they're reliable, yeah. Everyone wants Kenworth. They make a statement.
This was a family car. It was fantastic. I bought it off a gentleman by the name of Ted Lee, who was the Ford distributor for Ford trucks and cars in Papakura. And Dad turned up middle of the year, and this car was in there, and he just went up to Ted and said, "Rightio, how much? I want it." And Ted turned around and says, "Well, boy, you're not going to have that car, because that's the only car they've given me to put in my showroom for the entire year." So Dad's effort to buy the car was relentless, right down to about a week before Christmas. And he turned up on a Friday night at Ted Lee's office with a box of Lion Red, big bottles obviously, and a bottle of whiskey, and proceeded to leave Ted Lee's office at 2 o'clock in the morning, completely drunk, with the car. The beginning is Dad, and it's Dad and my brother in the first picture, and as we sort of rotate through it, there's Dad on his boat, and Mum and Dad and Grandpa and Grandma, and just a bunch of family photographs right through the whole unit. Dad had a number of different contracting ventures, from baling hay to digging drains for Hugh Green at Point Chevalier when that subdivision was first done. Pre-Gleeson and Cox here. This is BW Gleeson when Dad was working by himself, and that was his fertiliser tractor / pull the boat out of the tide tractor. Yeah, he used to transport that around to the farmers and tip the fertiliser on the ground and load it out of the paddock into the spreader truck and spread manure for the farmers. So he was a busy farming / contractor. This carries a bit of significance. It's a Western Star 3800, and it was bought in early 1994. It was Dad's purchase. He wanted to get some American trucks into the fleet, and he did his research, and he had a bit of a budget, and he ended up ordering this truck from Canada, and it came within about 6 months, I think. It was here. Well, I guess moving forward was at a point that, I developed a relationship with Don, and it was a bit of a feisty one to start with, because when Dad died, he said to me, in respect to your father and your family, I'm going to drive the truck that I'm driving, and when it's worn out, you can buy me out and I'll move on. There was not really a lot of depth to that conversation, because there was no point in arguing with Don about it. He'd made his mind up. But that never prevailed. We actually worked together really, really well. It was 10 years later before I bought Don out. So in 10 years of having Don as a partner, we grew Gleeson Cox considerably. We had the horsepower and we had good people in the business that supported getting the truck back on the road, finding the drivers, working on the IT, working on everything. The business had grown and had lots more opportunity to grow and become more balanced. Respect to Don and all our long-standing employees. There's a bit of recognition going around that. And also, it's their generation. The boys are here, they're keen, and there's an opportunity.